Today's episode comes from Transurfing in 78 Days. It's a book written by Vadim Zealand, and it's a really good book with a lot of great topics in it, a lot of great understanding of reality transurfing. I highly recommend it. The link to that book will be in the show notes and description below. But the first thing I want to talk about today is the quote, and I'm going to read it to you right quick. There are events like accidents, catastrophes, natural disasters. These too could become part of your reality if you start internalizing the news reports. Focus your attention deliberately and solely on the things you want to see in your world. Turn away from everything else. Close your eyes and ears to it all. Evil will never disappear from reality altogether, but it can vanish from your layer of the world. Close your eyes and ears to it all. You will simply stop encountering negativity. This quote is from Vadim Zealand in the book Transurfing in 78 Days. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Kathy Owen, and today we are talking about navigating your reality and a lesson from the book in Transurfing in 78 Days. You know, there's power of selective focus. What is selective focus? It's paying attention to what you select to put your attention on. You know, funny thing, Joseph Rodriguez was talking about this in his episode that just came out yesterday, and I will have a link to that in the show notes and description below. But this quote from Transurfing in 78 Days, there's power in selective focus. In this ever-connected world, we are constantly bombarded with news, and it often highlights the negative aspects of reality, accidents, disasters, and more. While staying informed is essential, the transurfing approach advises us to be cautious about what we internalize. So, as you may or may not know, I work out at Planet Fitness. And they just opened a new Planet Fitness by my house about a year ago. And this Planet Fitness has 2 rows of TVs, not just one, but 2. And constantly on those TVs is the news. You're just bombarded with it. And they work off of that because they have your focus, they have your attention. However, I'm very selective about what I will watch. So I pay attention to my phone. I take it in there and I will watch a YouTube video. I'll make sure I have a YouTube video planned in my playlist to watch while I'm doing cardiovascular exercise so I don't focus on what the news is. And it's funny because I will look up from that and I will look at the TVs and I'll look and I'll go, oh, that's negative. That's scary. That's horrible. I don't want that in my mind. The other day I was working out and I happened to look up like I'm talking about, and they said something about this dog illness that's going on and it's very contagious. And I'm like, yeah, I don't want that in my mind. I don't want that in my attention. I don't want to start thinking about my dog getting sick and paying attention to that. That is the power of selective focus. Your layer of reality is a unique filter through which you perceive the world. By focusing deliberately on what you wish to see, you essentially tune your filter to attract and notice events and experiences that resonate with your desires. This doesn't mean turning a blind eye to the world's problems, but rather choosing not to let them dominate your personal reality. Thanksgiving just passed not too long ago, and I had so many of family members who would talk about when they were sick, or they had COVID, or this was bad, and this was bad. And every time I got up from the conversation and left that conversation, because I don't want that in my reality. And one thing I've learned from my mentor, Joseph Rodriguez, is you picture everyone as ideal. And I started doing that several months ago, and I saw major changes in people because I started picture them as ideal, not as the victim they're trying to portray. I don't picture them as that. And I even saw people's health changed dramatically because of this. Is it because of my thoughts? Maybe, maybe not. Maybe they got well. I don't know. But I saw a man overcome major heart disease. They told him he was going to die, and he's totally healthy now. And I like to think that's my selective choice of what I pay attention to. And also, you'll notice there's going to be a disappearance of a negativity whenever you start approaching things like this. It will be gradual, but it will disappear from your personal experience. By consciously choosing where to direct your attention, you limit the influence of negative events on your emotional state in life. It's not about ignoring evil, but about not allowing it to permeate your personal space. By the way, to me and my belief, this is true, powerful positivity. And positivity is not toxic. And I've written many articles on toxic positivity and my thoughts on this. I call it an oxymoron, and I will have a link to all of those articles and videos in the show notes and description below, because I believe that toxic positivity is really and truly forced positivity, or let's call it fake positivity. It's not toxic, it's just not authentic. So let me give you some practical steps for reality transurfers, I like to call it. Number one, conscious media consumption. Just like I talked about at Planet Fitness, I'm very conscious of what I allow in my reality. And I want to be mindful of the news and media that I consume, and I ask myself, does this serve my well-being, or does it pull me into a vortex of negativity? Focus on your desires. Focus on exactly what you want. And this is why when I coach someone, we talk about the priorities they have in their life. What do they really want? Because if you go off in another direction, they won't focus on their desires. But it's important to regularly visualize and focus on your desires and goals. That's why they say setting a vision board, looking at it daily, sometimes 3 times a day, is super helpful to help you focus on your desires, and it aligns your energy and attention with what you want to create in your reality. Number 3 is emotional detachment. And I like to look at this like emotional awareness, emotional intelligence. And I'm really studying this right now. And I'm going to be talking about it a lot more on my channel. But I kind of feel like I attained emotional detachment through all of the tragedy and pain that I went through in my divorce and custody battle of many years. But I find myself looking at others and going, oh, you're way too attached to that. And when you become attached to that, you create your reality that way. For example, I have a friend a family member at Thanksgiving. They always say this. I watch the news in the morning so I know how to face my day. This is attachment to the freaking media. Why are you doing that? Why are you allowing that in your reality? However, at the same time, I don't find it my coaching style to tell somebody, oh, don't watch the news. It's just bringing negativity. They're not even going to hear that. That's not even in their reality. But I will step away from conversations like that because I don't want that in my reality. On top of that, I don't judge them for that. That's just what they know, and that's what their reality is. You just acknowledge it, but don't let it linger in your mind. Don't stay attached to it. That's our negativity bias at work right there. Number 4, cultivate positive surroundings. Surround yourself with positive influences, people, books, environments that reinforce the reality you wish to create. That's what you want to do. I'm constantly looking on YouTube for positive affirmations of things that I'm trying to create in my reality. If it's in business, I watch business things and I emulate people who are doing that. And I work on personal development every single day. I meditate on it, I focus on it, and I'm constantly trying to get better than yesterday. And I'm cultivating positive surroundings by doing that. And then number 5, a mindful reaction. You can choose your reaction to any situation. Just like at Thanksgiving, I chose to step away and not react to the victim mentality. I refuse to go into victim mentality because I know that that's going to create more in my reality, also for that person. And I want to picture them as ideal, and I refuse to let that reaction go into my reality. So remember, your emotional and mental reactions are powerful tools in shaping your reality. I'm going to repeat that because that is very powerful. Your emotional and mental reactions are powerful tools in shaping your reality. The book Reality Transurfing is written by Vadim Zealand. It is a book on reality creation, something I talk about often. I love the book. I'm not a certified reality transurfing coach. I want to make that disclaimer quite clear, but I love the book and it teaches us many valuable lessons about the power of focus, is what we're talking about today. And by deliberately choosing what we pay attention to, we can significantly influence our personal reality. I would love that for you. It's not about escaping the world's problems, but it is about creating a personal space where positivity prevails, because the more you think about positivity, the more you're going to create that in your life. And the same thing happens with negativity. And in fact, negativity is an easier way because our brain already has the negativity bias going on for us. So it's the easy way out. Why do that when positivity feels so much better? So not only will you enhance your own lives, but you will contribute to a more positive, collective reality. Remember, your attention is the brush and your reality is the canvas. Paint it wisely. All right, that's my episode for today. I trust that you found it helpful. If you know someone who could benefit from this, please share it with them. And until next time, I will see you next time. Peace out and namaste.